My brother's playing music with a guy named Jaden. So that's what's going on out there. But here we are today. Mm-hmm. All right. It is. So, you know, I'm pretty tired. Today. Dancing to the music. So, look, I don't have much that I'm doing right now. We could just hang around. We could do that. I really seriously I'm just so tired and excuse me, bored right now. That so bored. So we can do something. I don't know. I I I don't know. Should we conversate together? You and me. We go upstairs and get a drink of water because that's healthy. And haven't been drinking that stuff recently, so you know, drink some. 11 viewers. What the? Now that's insane. But yeah, we could drink water together, and watch, watch the birds in the trees. I mean, there's not birds out at it's what 7:40. Is there birds that late? I don't know. I'm not too sure if there are birds that late in the sky. But it would be a good idea to stream as I'm doing something. Like someone suggested me that years ago on the channel. It was like I think that stream might be still up. It's like old video from like 2, 3, 4 years ago. Stream, and someone was like, well, maybe you should like do something while you stream, so you're not just sitting here and waiting for people to join. And I thought that was a good idea, and I really haven't done it much, but I used to do animation on the streams because of, do something, you know. But what am I to do? What am I to do with, I mean, I could play music, much like the people outside my doorstep. But, I'm not like a music guy, so I don't know. I mean, I kind of am, but like not really. What do you know? Hey, I meant to flick that at the camera. So, yeah. Yeah, peoples. Yeah. My mom thinks this is rapping. I'm like, we're listening to a song, worship song in the car, not even a rap song. My mom just starts going like this when she's driving. Mom, what the heck are you doing? I'm rapping. She always says rapping. I'm rapping. Like, Mom, what? You're not rapping, Mom. That's not how you rap. She's like, I'm rapping. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mom, like, I could give you a million examples of what rapping is. I mean, listen to Carter. Pans over to Carter, and he goes. Carter, that's beatboxing. That's not. Do you not know what rapping is? Preston, show Mom what rapping is. Pans over to him. They're just like, oh, I'm in a car. Oh yeah, Preston. That is not. Do you don't know what rap? Why doesn't anybody know what rap? I'm just in. I'm insane. Hello, Aiden 012. What's up, man or woman? I don't know who you are. So unless you've been in the streams, YouTube, I don't know. I have a very I don't remember names. How are you? So yeah, as you can hear, there's music going on outside. My older brother Carter and this guy named Jaden, they're doing music together outside, so we can dance. You want to dance with me? So yeah, I'm kind of just like chilling out right now. Whoa. I don't say chill. I'm not chilling, okay? I'm just here right now because look, I am tired today. Never tired. I'm never not tired enough to do comedy, but I'm saying like I'm tired, so yeah, lay back a little bit and see how things intertwine. Nice movies. Hey, thanks, Dead Sesh. Serish. Dead Search. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? Is it 7:45 for you? Because it's 7:45 for me. Oh man, I tell you, jeans are no picnic. I don't wear jeans very often. Sometimes I do it for videos or if like I want to look kind of presentable. But I tell you, working in a college dish room in a cafeteria, that's really not. You shouldn't wear jeans. So I don't think I'm gonna do that again for quite a while. Get what I'm saying? You get the picture. Get the picture. What'd you have for dinner? Or did you eat dinner yet? Did you? What'd you have for dinner? Huh? You're a big Adam Sandler. I am. Yes. I have a Sandler shelf behind me. Actually, there's above my bed. There's some of my favorite Sandler films up there. Top 3 Sandler films. You know, Spanglish. Punch Drunk Love is my favorite. Anger Management. I saw You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah recently. And that was a nice, like, sort of switch up from his normal, I don't think he produced, did he? I don't know if he produced a Bar Mitzvah, but that was I mean, it still had the Sandler formula in there, even if it was done differently. I mean, it was nice to see a different style of filmmaking. The Sandman. Oh, yeah. King of American idiots. Comedies. Movies. I tell you, though, Robert Downey Jr. in SNL, I think he was great. His movies are so great. Grew up watching them. Yeah. Um, like he's a great filmmaker. He has such a I mean, he does have a style, but like I think it's more of a style of humor and like like predictability to his movies, which don't make it bad. I'm not one to say like if you can tell what's gonna happen, it sucks. Um, he does use a lot of cliches, but they're his cliches, so I don't really care. It's nice. He has a formula goes with it. Robert Downey Jr. Black. Oh yeah, I see. I haven't seen Tropic Thunder. I saw like a little bit. I'm talking like seconds. I've seen of that movie. I know a lot about it, but like I'm actually watching it. I've seen a few seconds. It was the beginning of the movie, or was it? Wait a minute. Was it that? No, it wasn't. No, no, no. It wasn't. I'm not thinking of Tropic Thunder. It was a different movie, and there were fake commercials. But maybe it was Tropic Thunder. I don't know. There were like fake commercials at the beginning, and it was really funny. Uh, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love Robert Downey Jr. Two girls and a guy. That is one of my favorite movies. Two Girls and a Guy is so good. That reminded me of a DeVito movie. I don't know if you're a fan of Danny. It was Tropic Thunder. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you're a fan of Danny DeVito's filmmaking style, but he's my favorite filmmaker and director, and he's my second favorite producer. And dude, I'm telling you, I don't. If you haven't seen Two Girls and a Guy, that is written like a DeVito film, and great. It reminded me of like an extended Danny DeVito short film. That there's a few movies where like I watched the first like 10 minutes and I'm like, oh, this is just great. And yeah, Two Girls and a Guy. I it was like the first 2 minutes. I mean, it was within the first scene. I mean, not really scenes. I mean, it all kind of takes place in one room, but like the first like minute of dialogue, I was like, oh, this is amazing. So low budget, but then yeah, Sonny. So I I saw my like okay, Who Pooped the Bed is my favorite Sunny episode. But the new season, 15, 16, something. The bowling episode. I can't remember what it's called, but that is like another favorite. And then I like Frank's brother. But dude, it is so odd. You would think with like the dark comedy of Sunny, you would think DeVito would direct an episode of Sunny. That hasn't happened yet. Like he hasn't directed a single episode of Sunny, which is so wild because it's right up his alley as a director. Gun Fever is funny. I don't remember that one. Mac and Charlie Die. I think that's one of my favorite titles for a Sunny episode. And then I love the I'm trying to think. Oh, the what the heck? I don't remember what the episode was called. They went to dinner, and I just love that line. It's probably my favorite line in the whole show. Dennis is sitting in the chair, and he's like, "And I'm sitting in the wobbliest chair in Philadelphia." That was a great line. And when Danny DeVito falls out of the, I love um when he gets out of the couch, right? Because his butt is red, but like the rest of his body is white, or maybe his body's white and his butt is red, but like his skin is unevenly toned, and it's funny. Walking around like a gremlin, ah! So funny. DeVito has this presence, right? Like in anything he does, acting, producing, directing, anything, and you can sense that presence. It's like Adam Sandler. Like you watch a Sandler film, if he had any involvement in it, like no matter what involvement he had in the production of a film, you can tell Sandler is a part of the project. It's the same with DeVito. Like you watch anything with him involved, and you're like you just sense that aura. I don't know what the right word is. Loses memory. Yeah, man. Like Sunny's a great show. We watch it as a family, which is a show you probably shouldn't watch as a family, but You know, especially a Christian family, but whatever, you know. Good stuff, Sonny. So, what are your favorite shows? Clearly, you're a comedy guy. I want to know, like, you know, what's your sense of humor in terms of like humor that you project, like yourself, like, you know, socially. What's the kind of humor that just kind of naturally comes to you? Because for me, it's physical comedy. That's one of them. But another one is random, weird, and like not sarcasm, but like kind of like mean, like do this, do that. I don't know why that comes naturally. Maybe because it's easy, so I don't know. But yeah, for me, it'd be physical comedy, sort of like meanness and uh, weird, random hijinks. You know. You like Jim Carrey films? I do. I don't think he's that funny anymore, but as a kid, oh my gosh, Jim was like, he was the first actor I knew by name. So, like, you know, when you're young and you're watching movies, you don't, I mean, you recognize the actors, but you don't pay attention to their names or anything. Jim was the first actor I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this film because Jim's in it. I like random, weird comedies, yeah. But yeah, I've got a Carrey part of my shelf here. I don't know if I can't flip the camera around. I don't think. Oh wait, yeah, I can. So here's some. Got. I don't think I have a single Jim Carrey Blu-ray, but Ace, you know, Pet Detective. The worst movie I've ever seen in my life. The Cable Guy. That's a favorite. Eternal Sunshine. You gotta love this film, man. Is so good. Dumb and Dumber, not a huge fan. Of course, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, saw that one in the theater. The only Jim Carrey movie I saw in the theater. Mr. Popper's Penguins. Honestly, the criticisms with this movie don't make no sense because it's a kid's film. Now, I'm not one to say a kid's film should be all dumb and whatnot. I mean, you look at great kids films, Coraline, Chicken Run, I don't know, nothing else is coming to mind, but, you know, I think kids deserve good films, but look, majority of kids, this is perfectly fine for them, so let them be the judge of their film. That's an impressive collection. Well, what, the Jim Carrey stuff here? This was one of my favorite movies as a kid, of course. I mean, great. Of course, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Dumb and Dumber 2, which, you know, should be right there next to the sequels. Batman Forever, Liar Liar. I think this is my favorite Jim Carrey film. Fun with Dick and Jane. I do have a Blu-ray of Me and Myself and Irene, so there's that. Bruce Almighty, which you would think, I'm a Christian, so you would think I would love the heck out of this movie, and I do. But it's not, I wouldn't like it as much as a lot of other Christians do. Oh yeah, and then we just go Evan Almighty. It's not a Jim Carrey film, but... Oh, dude. Okay, dude. Wait a second. Hold up. Have you seen Almost Heroes? Because this is my favorite Chris Farley film. I saw it recently, and I fell in freaking love. Now, Gene Wilder got me into historical comedies, but this was the first, like, time I was like, okay, historical comedies, these are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, these are pretty freaking cool. Okay, so I haven't seen much of Friends, so I don't know much about Matthew Perry's comedy, but he was flippin' fantastic in Almost Heroes. Like, so funny. Like, these guys, look, they're just as good as Farley and Spade. Like, they are great together. Unbelievable, man. That's a great experience. I used to watch movies like milk. I would milk movies, man. I would memorize every line and learn everything there is to know about them, but I don't do that anymore with movies. I really, like, if I really like a movie, I try to spread it out, which is tough to do, but, like, it's a challenge, because, like, say Our Gang, for example, my favorite film series of all time, I used to know it at the back of my hand, right? And I've intentionally not want, tried to stay away from that. Um, as much as it pains me to like, I love knowledge. I love knowing things, and like just in terms of like what I'm passionate about. So like, not knowing everything about something I love so much is really difficult. But I then you don't get the discovery. So I'm trying to, it's tough. It's really tough to do, and I break it sometimes. But that's the only movie they made together. What? Oh, Matthew Perry and Chris Farley. The only movie they made was Almost Heroes. Is that what you're saying? Because if so, I mean, you're right. I mean, Chris Farley, he made 4 movies, I think. Well, I mean, 4 movies that he's the star of. Chris, a lot of bit parts that he was great. Yeah, yeah. Though I like John. I'm a big physical comedy fan. Okay, so you'd think I love Chris Farley. I do love Chris Farley, but you'd think in terms of like the big two like overweight comedians, who are Chris Farley and John Candy. I prefer John Candy. I love Uncle Buck. That is one of my favorite movies. And listen, I tell you, Uncle Buck is the perfect comedy movie title, and it's the perfect horror movie title. But yeah, man, my favorite section, dude. So I've got several physical media shelves. This is the main one that you're set up against. And well, my favorite section is right below you. It's like the old film section. 20s, 30s, 40s, I don't know if you watch much of my YouTube channel, but I talk a lot about my love for, the classics. So that's all down, not all of it, but a lot of it's laid down here, along with a few Cartoon Network shows and the Sarah Silverman program season 1. Those don't fit with, with the theme of the bottom shelf, but they're there. Sarah Silverman, right? Like, she's funny. What do you think about Sarah Silverman? I think she's pretty funny. I first saw the Sarah Silverman program a year ago. So funny. Of course, this has a lot of water damage on this case. I mean, I had to replace the case. I mean, there's nothing new. You buy DVDs, Blu-rays, you replace the cases usually if you get them used, but man, the case was just brown. It was a clear case and it was brown. Like somebody pooped all over this thing. But the water damage is insane. Like, I don't know if it doesn't pick up on camera, but this is very wavy. Like, you can just feel it's, Lucille Ball, I haven't seen I mean, all I know about her is she's... What? She's Jimmy Kimmel's wife? Whatever floats his boat. Jimmy Kimmel, I'm not a huge Jimmy Kimmel guy. I love Jimmy Fallon. I don't think Jimmy Fallon's all that funny, but I love how professional he is. Like, you hear about how sort of a toxic environment on his show. And, like, I guess he has a drinking problem. I don't know if he still does, but this is just what I heard. I don't know if it's true. But if that's the case, I mean, he really, can pull it together and have a great life, very fun, lively personality. Even if it's not genuine, it is incredible that a man can do that. It's everything a man should be able to do. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, man, he's kind of funny. I like Stephen Colbert for like late night guys. Stephen Colbert. My dad made a face the other day. He looked I was showing him a music video and he was watching it and he looked like Stephen Colbert. Of course, I can't do it, but like, and his hair was kind of like up a little bit, so it was very funny. But yeah, I recently got, look, I love silent films. I recently got Laurel and Hardy, Year One. This is a great, I don't know if you know Laurel and Hardy at all. You said you haven't seen many classic comedies. But dude, these films look so good. For like what the previous prints are. I mean, I checked out This is my first time seeing these films. I really don't watch much Laurel and Hardy. And I watched like Lucky Dog and Assistant Wives or whatever. And then I looked it up on YouTube, the prints that came out before this collection, and they look awful. They've got the Our Gang treatment. I don't know if you know what Our Gang is, but those films, the silents are in, whew, I mean, they are rough in rough shape. But, you know, that's why they have the Blu-ray. They're releasing Our Gang on Blu-ray. I mean, they already did release the talkies, the Roach era talkies. You know, people know it today as the Little Rascals, whatever, but Classic Flicks released them. 6 volumes, 80 talkies here. But they didn't do the silence, and they're going back and doing the silence, and I am looking forward to that. That should be 7 volumes, because, well, maybe 6, because they're skipping some films, but there's 88 silent films, and there's 80 talkies. So, like, I mean, be like about 10 films a volume. I mean, 7 volumes, but if they're skipping a few, I mean, it'll probably be 6. So it'll be coming out at 12 volumes. But yeah, I am. You have a big classic comedy collection? I do. I mean, I wouldn't call it big, but it's decently sized, and there's a good variety. I can show you here. This is just for DVDs and Blu-rays, for VHS tapes and film prints and posters and all that. I mean, that's a different ball game, but I can switch it around here. We start with Blondes and Redheads, which these are from oldies.com, I think is the company, which is a DVD-R company, but they release a lot of great stuff. These are very overlooked sort of gems of comedy here, Blondes and Redheads. So they released 2 volumes. They should do a 3rd, but they don't. Then, you know, the Three Stooges sets. Then this, I like Columbia shorts, but so like these have Shem Howard shorts, which Shem Howard's shorts were great. I don't know if you're familiar with the Three Stooges, but so this is Stooges stuff, Snow White and the Three Stooges, which is one of my favorite titles for any movie. I also love the title Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Soup to Nuts and Swing Parade of 1946. Doesn't say of 1946 on there for some reason. Got a couple Blu-rays of 3, you know, things. And then we got the 2012 film. And then the last Columbia's here, Charlie Chase, who's one of my favorite old comedians here, but these are backwards. See, this should be volume 2. But this guy was great, especially in the silent era. So then we move into Roach, which Hal Roach films are my favorite comedies ever. Okay, period. So there's volume 1, which should be volume 2 of Charlie Chase. These are talkies. They skip the silence. Yeah, I mean, like the classic flicks with Our Gang, they skip the silence there. It's volume 3 and then volume 4. And then we got Harry Langdon. Okay, you will hear people trash these films. You know, people can have their own opinions, but I think they are. I think it's one of those things where people jumped on the bandwagon like before they just adopted the common opinion as opposed to actually watching them for themselves and forming their own thoughts. So I would say don't listen to if you watch these and you hear about how bad they are, don't go into them thinking they're as bad as its reputation, because, again, like I said, I think it's one of those things where people just sort of accept the most common opinion. And then there's Thelma Todd and Zazu Pitts. Moving on to Thelma Todd and Patsy Kelly. These are all classic flicks. Streamliner sets, Our Gang later, MGM films. Couple Our Gang movies that weren't great. Homemade Blu-ray, The Boyfriends. I'm going through this quick. Laurel and Hardy Year 1. Harold Lloyd, another favorite. There's more behind there. There's like Shirley Temple back there and stuff. And then for Our Gang, we got the only Our Gang feature film ever made, General Spanky, back in 1936, I believe. So that is the majority of the comedy stuff there. That's an awesome collection, man. Thank you, thank you. I like. Are you a physical media guy? Because gotta love physical media. I've got a Nick shelf. That's another favorite section. This is my favorite section, the classic film section. The Sandler section is not a favorite section, believe it or not. But the Nickelodeon shelf, that's my second. That's all. That has a whole shelf to its own, just because it's special. I guess I don't know. I mean, it's Nickelodeon, so yeah. But I got Blu-rays up here. I don't really do a lot of Blu-rays, and I have no 4Ks. I don't have a single 4K. But Blu-rays are really I love Blu-ray, but I just go with the cheaper option, man. Like DVDs, perfectly fine. I got no issues with DVD quality. Nickelodeon was my favorite growing up. Was it? Yeah. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Favorite of mine growing up was Malcolm in the Middle. Now that show I like nowadays mostly for nostalgia. I don't think it's all that funny anymore. DVD, Blu-ray, DVDs, Blu-rays, all the same. Though I like VHS tapes in it's just a different experience. Like I'm into watching things, different experiences. Watching things with bass, without bass, on a crappy TV, on a good TV. Different experience, full screen, widescreen. I like watching them all different, watching films all different ways. TV broadcast, streaming. Malcolm in the Middle, nobody else can make a show like that. Yeah, that was very. I mean, I think Linward Boomer really was like the guy to make Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, his idea wasn't revolutionary or anything. I mean, people will say that. I mean, it was for the time, I think, but like if you look at films from the beginning of time to now, that was nothing new. But his execution was so good, and every episode he produced, I mean, that is a lot of work, but he cared about it. So that was, and he knew, he knew the characters, he knew, I mean, it was like his family. So yeah, I mean, he had a huge vision. 90s was a golden age of comedy in my opinion. Yeah, I think you're right. For comedy feature films, I would agree that the 90s was like the era of comedy movies, I think. Comedy in other regards, I would say there would be different decades, like shorts, I would say the 30s. No, I take that. Well, see, that's going to be for talkies, the early 30s. And then for silent shorts, I mean, I want to say the 1920s, but the 1910s was such a humble time for film, and so many great stars were born then. So I'm going to just say the 1910s. And then for theater and live performance, I'm going to go with the late 1800s. All right, I got to go work, brother. Keep making YouTube videos and get some interesting takes on movies. You can make a career of it one day. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy whatever you do. What do you say? You got to go to work. I just got off work, so amazing. I subscribe to your... Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks, I appreciate it. That's so nice of you. Have a nice night. Is it night for you? Okay, see ya. Oh, yeah, man. You got the yellow shirt on. You got the jeans on, which is something I shouldn't have done today, but I did it, man. That's the point. I did it. I put on the jeans. I put them on, and I got through a hard day at work with them. Physical labor. I did it, man. I'm golden. I'm incredible. I did it. I went on. I took a lot, and I did it, and it took a lot of energy and brain power and not thinking about things. But I did it. I did it, you hear? With the help of God, I did it. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Thank you. I appreciate it. God, I love you. Amen. I literally just started praying on stream. Can you believe it? So, folks, what to do? Oh, what to do, folks? Oh, the music stopped. The music stopped. So, you know, I'm gonna move this down a bit. Let's get some more people in here. Sound like a plan, Stanley? Got some underwear. Oh yeah, that's fresh. You know, let's wear the underwear on the head. Classic, you know, comedy, huh? Funny. Comedy. So, how's everyone's day going? Good? Great. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. You know, my grandmother, what a character. I tell you, she can pick at a watermelon and eat that thing for 2 hours. Takes her 2 hours to chew a watermelon. And she spits out the seeds on my face. What an interesting character. Am I right? Now, my dead grandmother, which I tell you what she loved to do. I tell you what she loved to do. My dead grandmother, she took tennis balls and she threw them at the wall. Instead of using a racket, she used the toothpick. Just like my other grandmother. So really, you could say, my grandmother and my dead grandmother, they were kind of like brother and sister. You know, they had that relation of toothpick usage, but they didn't quite do it the way I was expecting. They used them in oddity ways. Oddity ways, I tell you, oddity ways. My grandma, what a character. My grandma dead, she was a character. At the funeral, big difference. Big difference. 200 people showed up to my grandma's funeral. 1,000 people showed up to my dead grandma's funeral. And I tell you, that was a big difference, Now, my mother's from Queens, New York. I can't tell you how many times she got a cup of coffee for anything. She would do anything to get a cup of coffee. Move over. You got company? No, not when there's no coffee. You gotta have the coffee to have the company in Queens, New York. And then, I'll tell you what my dad did. My dad came from Wales. Imported right from Loompa. My dad and his mother, they love to eat enchiladas on the job. What job is it? Repairing boats. They were in Wales on a boat. Can you believe that? I don't know quite how it happened or what became of it, but my dad loves to live on a beach, and we live next to a lake with sand, a man-made lake with sand. All for living on a beach, am I right, being a sailor? My dad wasn't even a sailor. His mother was. My dad's father, his name was Back. He loved Pringles and tater chips. But his tater chips were not Pringles. If he would get Pringle potato chips, he'd get all upset. He'd start throwing a fit. He'd say, why didn't you give me the Pringles with potato chips? I wanted the Pringles with the potato chips. Then he'd ask for Funyuns. He was a big Mario and Luigi guy, you know, kind of a guy. He loved playing video games. So he said, hey, Luigi, look, a Funyun. Hey, Luigi, look, a Funyun. That was my dad's dad for you. And my dad's mother, her grandmother, was actually a guy. Can you believe that? In this day and age, she was a guy. Today, because you know, today is what happens. Okay, I think I just created a new character. I don't know, it's kind of funny right there. Hey, I think it's kind of a funny character. That could be a good idea for a character. I could do a whole skit about it. Whole skit about the funny character. What should his name be? What should his name be? I gotta tell you, my mother and her grandmother. I thought someone commented, like, imagine they come in, like someone comes into stream and they just see, hey, what am I talking about? What are you talking about? My mother, my brother, they were all brothers. My grandmother and my mother. That'd be, someone joins into that. That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, what should this guy's name be? What should my name be, folks? What should my name? What's your name? What should my name be? Should it be Randy or Randall? Randolph? Or Ravy? Ravy with the gravy? But not Devin with the Bexton? Should it be Belda Sissy Man? Mon or John? What should my name be, folks? I can't figure it out. I'm in kind of a dilemma here. I'm not quite sure what to... I'm really biting my nails like crazy. That's what we do in the France. What should my name be, huh? You got an idea of what my name might be able to be? I mean, I could start with the Tootsie Roll. Or how about an egg roll? What should my name be, folks? I'm running out of ideas here. You gotta give me some ideas for my name. What should my name be? Huh? Huh? What should my name be? No. Trying to figure it out. Oh man, I got no more nails left on my fingers. I gotta go with this finger. I gotta go with my fingers on my left hand because I got no red on the right. Can't figure out my name, man, folks. Can't figure out my name, man. I gotta write a post-it note. I could write it on a post-it note. But then the issue is, that's not my name, that's the post-it's name. Hey, yo! That was my attempt at a joke, y'all. I don't know what my name should be. Oh. What should my name be, folks? I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh. Hey, would you look at that? I got my nail on my finger. Got my fingernail up all in my finger. Okay, I'm gonna lose my voice if I continue with that. But, guys, I just created a new character. That was kind of funny. He's a funny guy. What should his name be, guys? I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna clip that. What just happened. I'm gonna clip it. And then I'm gonna upload a YouTube video about it. Like, I'm gonna, screen record or something. And then I'm gonna upload just that character. I'm gonna say, guys, what should this character's name be? And we'll see, what people can come up with. I'll probably come up with something, but I'm just curious what you guys thoughts would be on that. Because I mean, I assume, I do think, I was talking about this on Facebook earlier today with somebody. I think most people come to my channel for the comedy. That's, I think that's most of my stuff, or like half my stuff is comedy. But I think that's why most people come to my channel, so I'd be curious to see like where your guys' comedic minds would take that character. You could give them like personality traits, and so it's sort of interactive. You guys come up with some things and I could morph it and we make this character together. I think that'd be kind of cool. Oh man, I gotta fart. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream at the hour mark, so just keep that in mind. Well, I should keep that in mind. I don't know why I'm telling you guys to keep that in mind. Why am I telling you to keep that in mind? That's such a weird thing to say to somebody who's not even in the stream. I mean, there's nobody in the stream right now except me. So, in the apparently one viewer, I appreciate you being here, But if there's not comments, I can't really know who you are or what your deal is, So, kind of difficult. And honestly, I had like 20 people in here earlier who were all like spam accounts. So like, I don't know. It's a thing, I don't mean this in a negative way. I just mean like, the comments verify your legitimateness. If you get Yeah, so, dude, I mean, what should that guy's name be? I don't know. But yeah, let's come up with more characters. Let's come up with a new character. What could it be? He should have an accent of some kind. Of course, this is the accent I was just using for the character that I just came up with. But what are some more accents I can do for you? I mean, I could do this one, but this is kind of a cliche. Cliche 1920s, 30s. Hey boy, you know what's good for you, Toothpick Charlie. Hey, we're in the mafia. This I'm the young mafia member. My mother was in the mafia as well. So you can't judge me. It's literally the same thing as the other character. I want to do something different. Now hold on now. Now hold on. Now we could play games and get along just fine, but I tell you it's something it is something that we gotta work on as a society. That not bad. I could use it. I could work with this. Something we can work on with a society. Now as a society we're like, going into that voice again. Am I going into that voice? Need to go maybe a higher register. Now hold on. Now wait a second. Just wait a darn second. We can argue all we want. We can argue all we want, and it'll get us places. Okay, I'm not one of those people to say that we argue and it don't get us anywhere. But we can argue as much as we like, and it will get us someplace. But it won't get us where we want to be. You get what I'm saying? So maybe instead of arguing, maybe instead of arguing, maybe instead of that, we can take it in a new direction. All right, now hear me out. Now this is gonna be a little bit of problem, but listen to me. I know it could be triggering to some people. Some people can be triggered by what I'm about to say. But listen here. I want to say like it is something I should say. Yeah, I mean, we can take it in a new direction. In the new direction, I tell you, it would be something quite. I mean, we just get along better. It's as simple as that. It is. I mean, we laugh and we play, okay? And at the end of the day, everything stays the same. Rhyme not intended, but I tell you, it will be fun. It will be a good opportunity to grow together in ways that are not negative and take us in places that we are not meant to be. We don't want to end up. We don't want to end up arguing and end up in a spot where all we're doing is arguing. We don't want to do that. So what we want to do, we want to take this whatever we're feeling right now, whether it's a good or bad feeling, whether it's negative or impactful, we take that feeling and we go to the stars with it. We by that metaphorically, I mean by the stars. We metaphorically go to them stars. But I tell you, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't want to do that because that's impossible. And improbable as well. But what we want to do, we want to go to we want to go to we want to go to a place where we can take whatever we're feeling in the current moment and and we run with it. We run in the opposite direction, and instead of arguing and getting in a fight, we take it in a good boat. We don't get it on the ship. We get it on the boat, and we take the boat. The ships sink, boats don't sink. So we put it we put out we boats and ships going to the same destination, but one of them sinks, one of them floats. We want to go on the boat that floats. So we get on a boat and when we take all our troubles on, our troubles metaphorically on a cargo box we carrying on our shoulders or backpacks. We take our backpacks full of our problems and issues and good things too. Our wives and kids and things we're grateful for. Good food and water, relationships and YouTube. YouTube's got to be in that bag. So we take that bag, that one strap cartridge bag. We take it on our backs, and we take it on the boat. We do not take it on the ship because ships sink, and whatever we're feeling, we are going to sink if we go in that direction. If we go in the other direction, it'll be good. We go in the other direction, and we take our troubles, our backpack full of troubles, we're strapped and we will be floating. Okay, now no matter what we feeling, on that boat, we will be going in a good direction. Now, it may not seem like it in the moment. We may be arguing or we may be getting along just fine. But I tell you, it'd be good for us because we going in the right direction. Now, how do we get in the right direction? The right direction, the way to go, we go a different direction. We just simply go the opposite of the way we was before. So we were going, if we're going left, we go right. If we're going up, we go down. If we're going forward, we go backwards. It's as simple as that. We just go the opposite direction of whatever the trouble is. Wherever the ship is, we go in the opposite direction. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Good, because I wanted to stick with you. I mean, we want to go on the boat. We want to go on the boat. We don't want to go on the ship. Ship sink. Remember that. We want to go on the boat together. And it's going to take us to great places, man. Now, like I said, the ship will take you places, but it's not where you want to end up. Excuse me. The ship will take you underwater because it will sink. Might sink. Doesn't always sink. But if the ship sinks, you're going underwater. Now, you're not dead. You float up to the top with your air compression. Okay? You float up to the top of the water. But you don't want to be in the water where it's wet. You want to be on the dry land, boat or land, wherever you're going. You don't want to be wet and uncomfortable. You have your phones in your pockets. You don't want to get them all wet. You ain't got to buy a new phone. You got to get some money to buy a new phone. And you can't get any money because you're on a ship. You're in the water. You can't get money in the water. You can't. It's impossible. And it's improbable. There's no money to be made. And you can't get a new phone because there's no phone shops around in the water. Because they have electronics. You can't put the electricity in the water. No lights. When it's dark out, you're screwed. You can't see nothing. It's pitch black. So I tell you, you're alive and you do well, but that's not where you want to be. That's not a place you want to be. So you don't want to go on the ship. And if the ship does just fine, again, if the ship does just fine, it's wooden, it's crusty, it's got mold, it's got moss, it's got all that stuff that now it's okay. You're doing okay on the ship. But it's still not exactly a place you want to be. You can be fine with being there, but it's not a place you want to be. It's not a place you want. I'm saying want. Want is the key word. It's not a place you would voluntarily want to go if there was another option. Now, there is another option. I'm here to tell you that there's another option. The other option is on the boat. Now, the boat's different than the ship. It's the same thing, same idea, floating in water to a destination. The same destination, in fact. But the boat is a much smoother, safer ride, and it will never sink. Think about that. It will never sink. And even if you're having the best time of your life or the worst time of your life, you will not sink. And you will go where you want to be. You're where you want to be, and you're going where you want to be. You may not feel it in the moment, or you may. But you are going in the direction that you should be going. You should be going in that direction. And if you go in that direction, man, you are going to have a better time in the long run. A better time in the long run. Trouble follows you everywhere, no matter where you are. Good, bad, sad, mad. Any place you're going, you're gonna come across hardships and struggles. Now, I want you to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You can be in the best spot, dream job, dream family, dream food, anything. Dream home, even. Dream animal, dream dog, dream cat, dream. But I tell you, you will always struggle with something. There's no happily ever after in terms of all your problems being fixed. You're always going to come across issues in your life and things you're not going to be satisfied with. Keeping that in mind, you want to go in a place you want to be. You got to focus on the long run, okay? Because short term, you're doing fine. You think everything's jolly. Now, even if it isn't. But you just think that because things are going your way in that current moment. So I'm saying to you, now pay attention. That'd be a good place to be. You want to go on the boat. Go on the boat. Now, sometimes it's hard to tell a ship from a boat. I know it can be very, 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 very difficult. Difficult to tell if you're going on a boat, or you can't even, you might even figure it out as you're riding. Am I on a ship or a boat? How do you know? How do you know? Well, I'm here to tell you that's something, it just comes down to personal preference. There's no one answer. It depends on who you are, where your situation is at today. You got to figure that out by yourself. That's something that you can only figure out. You're the only one who can figure it out. Now you can find it out in helping when you ask other people, can you help me out here? I need to figure out where I'm going, and they might be able to steer you in a good direction, like a mini boat in a mini ship. They might be able to steer you in a good direction. But in large, the ship or boat you are on, you will figure out if you try to find out enough. But it's in the end of the day, it's something up to you to figure out. With or without help, it is up to you to figure out what boat or ship you are on. Now, I'm a therapist. I'm a licensed therapist, and I'm telling you all this, because we all have struggles in life, and it can be a little bit complicated. It can get complicated, and I just want to help you out. And I know you didn't ask for the therapy. I know you didn't ask for the therapy, but I kind of wanted to help you out, because therapy is it's something that we can all take care of. It's something we can all. It's something we can all, and we can all take it, therapy. And I would like to guess that you are here for a reason. And you are here for a reason. I believe me. I believe that. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. But I tell you, you are here for a reason. And I tell you, you are here for a reason. I ain't denying that. I am not denying that. You are here for a reason, and I'm a therapist for a reason, to help people out. And I know you. I get. I didn't know you. I know you didn't ask for help, but I am here helping you out, because I on my heart I believe that we helped you out. I believe you're here to get my help. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe. Now we can argue. We can get on the wrong ship. Are we on a ship or a boat? I can't tell no more. I can't tell. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Am I even a therapist? I don't even know. Where am I? Oh, me. Where can I go back to trading school? I want to be a fire truck. Wait a minute. Oh, I need to take a step back now. I need to figure out if I'm going on a boat or a ship. Am I on a boat or a ship? Am I on a boat or a ship? Am I on a ship? I don't know if I'm on a boat or a ship. I don't know if I'm in a boat or a ship. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. I know you didn't. Uh, I need to figure out if I need to take it. I need to take a step back. I'm having an identity crisis. I need to figure out who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I can't. Wait a minute. Now I need to figure it out. Now wait. Am I on a boat or a ship? Am I on a boat or a ship? Am I on a boat or a ship? I don't know. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I'm gonna ask for your help. Am I on a boat or a ship? Can you help me out? Help me out, man. Help me out. Help me out. Help your therapist out. Help your neighborhood that helps out. I need to know if I'm on a boat or a ship. I can't tell. Oh no. Am I on a boat or a ship? I don't know. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out if I'm on a boat or a ship. Help me out. Am I on a boat or a ship? Am I on a boat or a ship? I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. That's it. I know it. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Then why did I switch voices? Am I on a ship? I'm on a ship. Oh no. Oh no. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a ship. I'm on a ship. I'm on a boat. I'm on a ship. A ship. A boat. I can't tell if I'm on a boat or a ship. Am I a therapist? I don't know. Am I licensed? Let me see my license. I need to find my license. I gotta find my license. Where's my license? Wait a minute. That's my license. That's my license. That ain't no license. That's a shoe. Wait a minute. I gotta find my license. Yo, folks, I gotta find my. Wait. Whoa. That is my license. That is not my license. I don't know what my license is. I don't know. Am I on a boat or a ship? Am I on a boat or a ship? Can you help me? Am I on a boat? I'm on a boat or a ship. I'm on a boat or a ship. I'm on a boat or a ship. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm on a boat or a ship. I'm on a boat or a ship. I'm on a boat or a ship. Okay. Anyway, guys. We're at the 60-minute mark. 50 seconds. Gotta stop before it hits this 61. See you guys. Oh.